Men of Reddit. What is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? I had to tell my ex-wife that I had erectile dysfunction. I had gone to the doctors that day because we have had complications while having sex for the last few months. I was extremely shocked to hear I had ED. Now I'll say this, for my wife's sex was one of the main reasons she was in the marriage. She had, and I'm sure she still does, a very high libido, and we would have sex upwards of 3 times a week. When I got back home I told her I needed to speak with her about something. She asked, what was it? And then I told her I had erectile dysfunction. She then started to cry, and when I tried to comfort her she got extremely pissed. Slapped me and yelled at me that she wanted a divorce. And so we went through with it. However, since then I've gotten treatment and I can still get a hard-on, and not only that, I am happily married once again with 2 children. That we enjoy doing stupid shit like cooking with a chainsaw or using friends as ratchet straps. Either A. That we too have feelings and need companionship, or B. Why I have a boner at her grandma's funeral. You can pop a boner without being aroused. You can get a boner even when you are nervous. I'm female and never thought I'd be so grateful for a boner thread. But this has helped me tremendously. My 13-year-old son has been getting them randomly, and I had no idea what to tell him when he asked how to stop it. He's been getting them at school and in public, and asked me if there's underwear to fix it. His dad died last year, the day before my son turned 12. So there hasn't been any male guidance through puberty. I was raised by women. Single mom, aunts, grandmas. I only know about men through relationships I've had. And I don't recall ever discussing the workings of erections. We are close and open about most things. But obviously I don't want to talk to him about boners. He's not comfortable talking to a male family friend. At least now I know a bit more without having to search boner on the internet. Edit. Thanks, Reddit dudes. Very helpful responses. For me, my feelings. I find it extremely difficult to convey things going on in my head. That I just want to stay in and chill this weekend. After a stressful week at work. It's hard for me to express myself. IDKY. This is what is difficult for me and my boyfriend. Whenever I ask him what's wrong or what he's thinking, he always responds with, nothing. But then he'll go and explode on me and finally start telling me things that should have been talked about years or months ago. It also really sucks when I keep telling him that it's okay to talk to me. That it's healthy to talk it out. That I want to know what he's thinking or feeling, and he still doesn't do it. He's also the type to go and do his own thing to feel better and then come back like nothing's wrong. What do we women do when our guy is like this? The mystery of how a dick works and feels. I had a friend who has been with a load of guys and didn't know we just got random boners sometimes. We were hanging out a while back and this news thing came on about a guy being raped, and she said that wasn't possible, just don't get hard. I had to explain if a dude was touching it we'd still probably get hard. She just couldn't fathom we didn't have complete control over it and called her boyfriend up to ask. Something that has sadly been very relevant to me recently. When I tell you that I go for walks and drives to clear my head. That does not mean that I hate or despise you. I can't sit and watch TV mindlessly. I need to be engaged in something to kinda open up the channel for everything to flow through it again. However, I am well aware of a sad reality where guys use this as means to go and cheat on their good ladies. Thankfully, once people get to know me, they know I am a big car guy, love walks and hikes. If we're talking serious, then it's how difficult it is for guys to break out of the real men don't talk about feelings bubble. It's not a case of, just talk to me. Most of us are conditioned to bottle things up until it explodes and we break a bone doing something stupid. We can work on it. Deal with it. But it's a process, and it's really difficult to even talk about because there's always a voice inside somewhere telling you that it makes you weak. Even with the self-awareness that you know it's bullshit. How you can actually twitch your penis. All of my lady acquaintances are interested to learn that we have the ability to do so. We like affection and warmth and flattery sometimes too, not just sex. Give us a damn compliment. I mean, is it so fucking hard to say something like, "Did you change the guard on your beard trimmer? Your face feels amazing." Or, "Did you get color contacts? Your eyes are really bright today." A lot of men are very visual-based perception. So giving a genuine compliment about their appearance is guaranteed to hit home like Robin Hood's arrow. Also, NSFW, I am not trying to go down on you because I want you to reciprocate. I am trying because the way you sound is turning me on 1,000 times more than a half-hearted blowjob. The hardest thing I ever had to explain is that, if you act distant, I am going to try help resolve whatever is causing that. Telling me nothing is wrong and then starting a fight when I am trying to cuddle and sleep is the wrong time to try and resolve that conflict. Especially when it is something that shouldn't reflect our relationship. Just because I am good with kids doesn't make me a pedophile. We have to fix this negative perception in our society. I'm a woman and an elementary school teacher, and I often wish my profession was more balanced in terms of gender. Varied role models are so important for kids. But a lot of men are, for good reason, often worried or discouraged by the idea of working with young kids. Because of the fear of being perceived this way. Even when they're really good at it and have a strong interest in teaching. It's awful sad face. If you want something, say it. I don't understand your hints. It took me years to realize that subtle hints are pointless. You gotta be straightforward and say WTF you wanna say without skirting around it. They are pointless not just because they may be missed or misunderstood but also because they are deliberately ignored. One woman's very obviously hinted interest is another woman's just being friendly. A man who doesn't want to be seen as pushy or creepy will take the safe option and assume the latter. Why I'm hard. No, I'm not horny. I wasn't thinking of anything. I was reading about the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay. It just does that. Why I don't know what the fuck my best friend is up to in life even after hanging out with him all day. That, nothing, is a perfectly legitimate answer to, what are you thinking? And, what are you doing? And, what do you want to do on your day off? My girlfriend sits there and will loudly sigh, grumble, and groan until I ask her what's wrong. Or what's on her mind. She responds with, nothing. Yeah, bullshit. You just made a bunch of noise to get me to ask. Now tell me. One time my ex-wife pulled this shit. So I replied with a clappin', that's great and I'm glad we had that talk. Then I started to walk away. She was pissed and an argument followed, but it was so worth it. Just because I don't have tears running down my face doesn't mean I'm not as sad as you. So true. Lost my job yesterday from COVID. I loved the job and most of the crew. My girlfriend was crying asking why she's more upset than me. I just don't like crying unless I am truly as sad as I could be. At that time I was just accepting the reality and thinking of what to do next. I was still extremely sad. If I am in a group and am staring at you intently, I probably just spaced out and my eyes defaulted to your position FSR. Jesus. Getting caught staring at someone is the fucking worst. I didn't even know you were there. Much less existed. Let me retreat back into the void and stop bugging me with object permanence. It is entirely possible to listen to everything you say, understand it all and still forget it 5 minutes later, especially when under pressure. When I talk about my feelings I want to be heard, understood and something to change. When we fight about my feelings it only makes me repress those feelings. Bro, my mom does this to me all the time when I wanna complain about something or vent about my life. When I was your age I went through all the same stuff. Well, if you had have done this instead that wouldn't have happened. It's like everything I think and feel is invalid because other people have been through it or I could have made other decisions. Sweet lady who loves me to death, but I normally just end the conversation when she does this. You're direct and clear, hints are not so direct any of the time. And if you aren't my GF I am not gonna do something that could be sexy or could be creepy, could be jail time, based on what could have been a hint. which either ends up with them thinking I'm not into them, thinking I'm stupid, or thinking something else and maybe killing a change at a relationship. But that's better than scarring a girl if she didn't want me to lean in. The pain and surprise of accidentally sitting on a testicle. You're going to be fine and you know it. However, for a split second that came into question. We're not afraid of marriage. We're afraid of divorce. Similarly, I'm not afraid of getting into relationship. I'm not even afraid of asking someone out and getting rejected. I am afraid of being in the relationship for a long time and getting invested and then getting dumped. 5 years single since my first and last relationship went poorly. And it doesn't look like I'll be ready for another relationship anytime soon in the next few years. Compromise is a two-way street. If you want those pink pastel bedsheets and pink pastel walls, I'm getting the Star Wars lamp. Talking to me while you're in another room and then getting mad that I haven't heard a word of what you were saying is profoundly annoying. My mother used to shout at me from inside the house after I shut the door as I left. Would go back inside and walk into the room she was in. What was that? Oh, drive safe. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. See you next time.